Department, Office of the Auditor General.
Okay, thank you, Chair, and good morning. Good morning, honorable members. Good morning, CS and your management team. My name is Mlenga Chama, coming from the Ministry of Finance and National Planning in the Office of Accountant General.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members of the committee. Good morning, Zimba Town Council. My name is Achubuye Davis, Assistant Director, Local Authorities Department, Ministry of Finance and National Planning, Audit Division, and you're welcome.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members of the committee. Zimba Town Council, you're welcome, and good morning to you. My name is Joyce Kuvansa from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Chair. Thank you so much. Morning, honorable members. Good morning, colleagues. Zimba Town Council, good morning. CS Chikankata, good morning. You're welcome, colleagues. My name is Mutali Mishek. I'm from the Local Government Service Commission.
Thank you very much. Secretariat.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, everyone. My name is Namwenga Simaloli from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning. My name is Emmanuel Walia from the Office of the Clerk of the National Assembly.
Thank you very much, honorable members of Parliament. Honorable for Mufumbwe.
Thank you, Chairperson, and good morning. Good morning, my honorable colleagues. Good morning, our permanent witnesses. Good morning, Secretariat, and good morning, Zimba. Good morning, Honorable Member of Parliament for not Zimba now. Mapatizia. Yes, you're welcome to your committee. Yes. My name is Elliot Kamondo. I'm Member of Parliament for Mufumbwe in Northwestern Province.
Chair, thank you so very much, and good morning to you.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, my colleagues, honorable members. Good morning, our Secretariat and our permanent witness. Good morning, Zimba Town Council. I'm your neighbor, Honorable Dr. Singombe, representing the people of Tundumwezi. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Mwanza.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Zimba Town Council, and welcome to your committee on local government accounts. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Petalke District of the Eastern Province. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zimba Town Council. My name is Mulunda Darius, Member of Parliament for Siavonga constituency. Privileged to preside over this session. Before we get into business, I would like to confer you with the immunity that members of Parliament enjoy in the main house under Cap 12 of the laws of Zambia. That whatever you say during our interaction will not be used against you in any courts of law. However, Council Secretary, if you choose to mislead your committee, misinform your committee, the same Cap 12 will be used against you. I have no doubt, however, in my mind that you would do that, and that this morning you would give us factual information, the information that will help us generate a very good report, and the report that we then submit before Honorable Madam Speaker. With that said, before we get into business, who is the Director Engineering, the substantive Director Engineering? Do we have him? You are the one. Are you the one that was at Monze? Oh, I see. You are supposed to come yesterday, isn't it? You are supposed to appear under Monze yesterday. They told us they sent you the money to come as former Director Engineering. What happened? Put your mic on.
They communicated late. So it was, I think the time they were appearing, the PRO Monze called me that you are supposed to be part of this team.
When they were here?
Yes.
All right, okay. That aside, we were just worried because they alleged that they sent you the man on time, and they had no reason to give the committee as to why you didn't travel. According to them, they did everything for you. Okay, that aside, that's the chairperson wanted to find out about that. May I invite you now, Council Secretary, to lead us through your report.
Thank you so very much, Chair. I'd like to request one thing, Chair, that before we proceed into the main document, we would like to request for some corrections. Allow me.
Please go ahead.
Yes, on page 6, Chair, the last sentence, there should have been some date indicated there, typographic error. So there is a date, should be 25th July 2024. 25th July 2024, the last sentence on page 6.
That's what we have. Unless others. Well, that's what I have here.
And Chair, similarly, I would like to request for additions on Appendix A.
Appendix A. Yes.
Appendix A, we should have added a letter to supplement the evidence which was erroneously omitted, and also on contract extension letter labeled A3, there should be a correction of date in the content of the letter. There should be 6th April 2024, Chair. I just wished to indicate to the Honorable House before we proceed into the main document. I submit, Chair.
Okay, we have seen that, honorable members. A3.
A3.
The date is supposed to be April.
6th April. The date, the typographic error.
Okay. That's all?
Yes, Chair, that is all for corrections. Now, allow me, Chair, the Honorable House to proceed with the memorandum submission to the Parliamentary Committee on accounts of local authorities for the audit of Zimba Town Council, cited in the Auditor General's report on the Constituency Development Fund for the financial year ended 31st December 2023, as cited in paragraph 97.
Council Secretary, do you have, or this is the supplementary? Okay.
Yes, Chair.
All right, okay. Please go ahead. Continue.
Chair, as cited in paragraph 97, with appendices attached in the Auditor General's report. Chair, allow me to proceed to specific findings.
Proceed.
The first one is delayed completion of works, construction of a maternity annex at Nakoa Clinic. Chair, on 26th January 2024, the Council engaged Malsam Construction and Company Limited for the construction of a maternity annex at...
Sorry, Council Secretary, the guidance is that you go to, you read the query, delayed completion of works, construction of a maternity annex at Nakoa Clinic, then you go to your response, management response, the action that you have taken, and of course the remedy that you are offering.
Query, Chair, as guided, is delayed completion of works, construction of a maternity annex at Nakoa Clinic. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's findings on the delayed completion of Nakoa maternity annex, which was as a result of the contractor abandoning the project as well as the contractor's inconsistency in executing the works. Action taken, Chair, management wishes to inform the committee that after several reminders to expedite the works, the contractor failed to adhere to the implementation timeline of the project. To this effect, a notice of termination was issued on 25th July 2024, and subsequently a letter of contract terminated on on 25th July 2024, sorry, Chair. Remedial measures, the Council will continue to supervise contracts to ensure timely completion of projects. Chair, I would like to refer the Honorable House to Appendix A, where we have attached the request for extension by the contractor, site inspection report, the letter of contract extension, monitoring report by stakeholders, notice of termination of the contract, CDF minutes to tender works, solicitation of documents for new contract, procurement committee minutes, new contract, site handover certificate, as well as the inspection report. The second query, Chair, is delayed completion of works, construction of 1x3 classroom block at Mukamba Community School in Siamafumba Ward. Cause of query, management wishes to submit that the delay in the completion of the project was as a result of the contractor who was involved in a road traffic accident on 2nd September 2024 along the Lusaka-Mongo Road, which left him in a coma for 2 weeks. Action taken, management wishes to inform the committee that the electrification of Mugamba Primary School has since been done or completed. Remedial measures, management will continue to monitor projects and ensure they are completed within the contract period. I would like to refer the Honorable House Chair to Appendix B, where we have adduced evidence for contract summary, request for extension, letters, inspection report by Director Engineering, as well as completion certificate. The third query, Chair, empowerment grants failure to operationalize the hammer mill and oil expeller. Cause of query, management wishes to submit to the committee that the cooperatives had not yet operationalized the hammer mill and oil expeller because they were not installed due to drought, which resulted into crop failure, hence fearing loss of business as evidenced from their correspondence. Action taken, Chair, management wishes to inform the committee that following our routine monitoring of empowerment beneficiaries, the 2 clubs were found to have procured the machines, but did not install them. Letters were written to the clubs on the need to install the hammer mill and oil expeller. These have since been installed and fully operational, Chair. Remedial measures, management will endeavor to have all projects implemented within the financial period in which they have been approved. Chair, allow me to refer the Honorable House to Appendix number 6, where we have adduced for evidence the monitoring reports, letters to clubs regarding project implementation, letters from clubs regarding project implementation, as well as financial literacy report. Chair, we now go to the queries on the cross-cutting issues. These encompass on budget, funding, as well as expenditure. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to state that the retained funds are deductions for Chief's Palace as well as motorbikes at source. Action taken, management has updated its ledgers to include the retained funds. Residual measures, management will continue to update its books to include funds deducted at source. Retained for Chief's Palaces.
I think that you can skip that one. You can skip that one, even the first one. Appendix 1 is supposed to skip it, and Appendix 1.1, because you have no control over the Chief's Palaces. These are handled by the ministry. So let's go to Appendix 2, unspent funds.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much, Chair. With your guidance, I proceed to Appendix 2, which is total unspent funds. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to state that the total unspent funds amounting to 22,764,125 was due to the late receipt of the Constituency Development Fund that were received around November and December 2023. Committed funds for ongoing projects and beneficiaries under the Skills Development and Secondary School. Action taken by management. Management wish to report that a total amount of 22,765,506.28 Ngwe has since been spent. Remedial measures. Management will endeavor to complete the projects on time and spend the funds within the financial period. Chair, allow me to refer the Honorable House to Appendix E, where we have adduced as evidence bank statement and ledgers, letter from the Ministry guiding on cash management for Constituency Development Fund. Chair, Appendix 2.1, unspent funds on community projects. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's findings on the total unspent funds of 5,151,342.19 Ngwe, which was as a result of delayed funding and ongoing community projects and retentions on completed projects. Chair, action taken. Management wishes to inform the Honorable House that it has since we have spent so far 5,151,342.19 Ngwe, and the balance is for ongoing projects and retentions. Remedial measures. Chair, management will ensure all the funds budgeted are spent under the financial year. Chair, we have Appendix F, where we have adduced as evidence the bank statement and ledgers. Chair, Appendix 2.2, which is a query on unspent funds regarding empowerment grants. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's findings. However, our records indicate that the expenditure of 2,162,90 kwacha was spent against a total funding of 2,162,90 kwacha arising from brought forward balances of 10,223 from 2022, leaving no outstanding amount as shown in the table below. Action taken. Chair, management has since expended 2,162,90 Ngwe. Remedial measures. Management will ensure that correct banking details are submitted by the beneficiary clubs so that payments can be done within the financial year. Chair, allow me once again to refer the Honorable House to Appendix G, where we have adduced as evidence bank statement, conveyance of approval, approved list for grant beneficiaries for the year 2022 and 2023 respectively. Appendix 2.4, query on secondary boarding and skills development bursaries. Cause of query, the Council acknowledges the auditor's observations. However, the cause of the query on failure to spend funds was due to payments made for learners who were invoiced for, present in schools and due for payment. Action taken. Chair, by management. Management wishes to inform the committee that funds amounting to 754,300 was spent in the year 2024 for bursary beneficiaries under 2023 allocation as indicated in the table below. Remedial measures. Chair, management will ensure that funds are spent within the financial year. Chair, allow me to refer the Honorable House once again to Appendix 11, where we have the bank statement copy, conveyance of approval, and list of approved learners for the year 2023. Chair, query on unspent funds, administrative components. Cause of query, management acknowledges the observation of the auditors as regards the unspent funds on administrative costs amounting to 86,151.95 ngwe, as funds were reserved for monitoring of ongoing projects and administrative activities. Action taken. Management wishes to inform the committee that 85,546.30 ngwe has since been spent. Remedial measures. Management will ensure that all expenditures are budgeted for and spent within the given financial year. Chair, we have bank statements and ledgers as Appendix I. Appendix I, Chair. Query on 2023 community projects. Chair, cause of query, management acknowledges the observation of the auditors as regards the 2023 community projects. The cause of the query was due to late disbursement of funds, contractors abandoning the projects, inconsistency of contracts in executing the works, and one of the contractor having been involved in a road accident. Chair, action taken by management. Management wishes to inform the committee that 12 projects were completed, of which 10 have been commissioned. However, construction of His Royal Highness
the chief is followed.
I beg to...
Yeah, those ones, they are not your baby, so we proceed.
Thank you, Chair. With your indulgence, I would like to proceed on the community projects implemented which were in progress at the time of the audit. Project number 1, Chair, is procurement of desks for Mugamba Primary School and Sianjina School, where the remarks on the last column indicates that they were delivered to site. Drilling of borehole and at Munenge School. This one also, at the time of audit, was indicated it's completed. It's completed as at now. Drilling of borehole to Mango, completed. Installation of solar power at Siamono, completed now. Construction of mother's shelter at Luyaba, completed.
On page 16.
Chair, we are on page 15.
I mean page 15.
Page 15, Chair,
Yes.
Thank you. Drilling of borehole at Mapatizia Market, completed. Construction of 1x3 classroom block at Sianjina School, completed. Procurement of fuel for motor grader, completed. On page 16, Chair, we continue. Construction of a classroom block at Mukamba, completed. Construction of a maternity annex, works at that time were indicated 60% complete. Construction of, that one I'll jump with your indulgence, Chair. Rural Electrification Authority, Memorandum of Understanding was signed. Assessment report and engineers' estimates were recently availed by Rural Electrification Authority. Construction of 1x3 classroom block at Mnachonga School, completed. Procurement of a motor grader, procured and delivered. Remedial measure. Management will endeavor to ensure that funds are spent within the financial year. We would like to refer the August House Chair to Appendix J, where we have adduced status report, memorandum of understanding with Rural Electrification Authority, correspondences with the Rural Electrification Authority, as well as engineers' estimates from the institution, the Rural Electrification Authority. Chair, query on analysis of performance youth, women, and community grants. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to state that failure to totally disperse the 2022 funds was due to wrong account details that were submitted to the Council for Sikumbi Cooperative Society, Muyava Agricultural Society, and Mamba Chimwi Multipurpose Cooperative. Action taken by management. Management has since spent 2,162,090 kwacha. Remedy measures taken by management. Management will ensure that correct banking details are submitted by the beneficiary clubs so that payments can be done within the financial year. Chair, again on Appendix K, we have the ledger, the bank statement, the conveyance of approval list for grants under the year 2022 as well as 2023. Chair, query on performance analysis on soft loans. Query on soft loans. Cause of query, the Council acknowledges the auditor's observation. However, the cause of query was due to delayed payment of 2022 loans, as the Council was still awaiting guidance from the Ministry on the disbursement which came late in the year 2023. Hence, all payments for 2022 and 2023 loans were paid in the year 2023. Action taken, management has since disbursed the loans for both 2022 as well as 2023 applicants. Remedy measures, management will ensure all funds for loans are disbursed within the same financial year. I'd like to also refer the Honorable House to Appendix L, where we have adduced the bank statement copy, correspondence from the Ministry on loan management, conveyance of approval, as well as approved list for the loans for the year 2022 and 2023. Query on failure to recover loans. Cause of query, management acknowledges the observation of the auditors as regards to failure to recover loans amounting to 6,551,247. Management wished to indicate that the failure to recover loans was as a result of most of the beneficiaries failing to meet their monthly repayment dues. Action taken by management. Chair, management wishes to submit that the loan beneficiaries were reoriented on the Constituency Development Fund 2022 guidelines regarding loan repayment. Reminders were also saved to the beneficiaries, especially those who consistently failed to meet their monthly obligations. Management, Chair, has since recovered 772,063 kwacha. Remedy measures, page 19, Chair. Management will endure to continue engaging and monitoring the loan beneficiaries to make payments. As Appendix M, we have attached the orientation on loans report, letters of reminder saved on loan defaulters, as well as a statement on outstanding loans. Chair, query on secondary boarding and skills development bursaries. Cause of query, the Council acknowledges the auditor's observations. However, the cause of query under skills development is that the number of graduating students is lower than the number of sponsored beneficiaries because the students are actually still in school. Action taken by management. Chair, the Council conducted the field monitoring as well as evaluation, which reviewed that 148 secondary school pupils have graduated. Remedy measures. The Council will continue monitoring the progress of these students and updating the database. As Appendix N, we have adduced evidence for conveyance of approval, field monitoring report, attendance reports from the schools on pupils still in school. Chair, query on analysis of performance of desks. Cause of query, we acknowledge the observation of the auditors as regards analysis of performance or performance analysis of desks on undelivered desks. Management Chair wishes to indicate that the delay in the delivery of 697 desks was as a result of termination of contracts between the Council and Hownet contractors and the Vindia for having failed to deliver as per contractual agreement. Action taken by Management Chair. Management wishes to submit that contracts were awarded to Zimba Multipurpose Cooperative for 400 desks and Adrian Kayuma General Dealers for 297 desks, and all the 697 have since been delivered. Remedy measure. Chair, management will endeavor to ensure that projects are completed on time. Allow me, Chair, to refer the Honorable House to Appendix O, where we have adduced evidence for contracts for desks, delivery notes, as well as goods received notes. Chair, I submit for consideration of the committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, points of clarifications, questions. Dr. Manza.
Thank you, Chair. I take a committee to page 6.
Page 6?
Yes, page 6. They delayed the completion of works.
Let's go to page 6.
Delayed the completion of works at Nakoa Clinic.
Yes.
This project, Chair, was awarded to Mawsom Construction and Company Limited, whose address is from Monze, at a contract sum of 950,475. Completion period 3 months. 9 February 2024, ending on 9th May 2024. Contractor was paid 51% of the contract sum at the time of audit, and leaving a balance of 467,279. The contract was terminated on 25th of July 2024 for failure to meet contractual obligations. And then the contract was awarded to another contractor called Grelin Building Solution from Lusaka to complete the works at a contract sum of 459,971. Currently to date, as we are speaking, the contract is still running. First clarification is on the contract administration in terms of timelines. We go to later on A1 on appendix
A1.
Yes, appendix A, so later A1. Chair, your committee, the council just submitted an addendum. This letter that the council has brought today is replacing the letter on appendix A1. The letter on appendix A1 from our original submission was saying that the contractor wishes to request for an extension for the said contract for a period of 3 weeks from its expiration date. This will help us to work and finalize the works on the project, partly Now he's explaining the reason why he's asking for extension. Partly the delay was caused by too much interference on site, such that the team could not work freely at their pace, as different people who are not authorized visit the site. This letter has been replaced. The contents have changed drastically, because the replacement says, we wish to request for an extension for the said contract for a period of 50 days from its expiration date to help us finalize the works on the project. Among the reasons for the delay was the water challenges we have been experiencing, which made it difficult for us to progress with works. In addition to this, we could not access construction materials locally. As you may be aware, the district has limited materials. Chair, I want to ask Council as to which letter should your committee take, because the contents are totally different.
Council Secretary.
Thank you so very much, Chair. The letter that the Honorable House should dwell on is the second letter, which in our corrections we did indicate that should be labeled A.1.1. Both are there. I think that letter was omitted. So we could not uphold the first letter as valid due to the content, and so that very day the contractor was informed that the reasons were invalid, and so the contractor was prompted to generate another letter that had sufficient or enough reasons, valid reasons, that could allow us to grant that extension. Thank you, Chair.
Dr. Mwanza?
Okay, so where is the evidence to respond? So in short, this letter that you have submitted here, it came from the contractor. And where is your official response to say that your reasons that you have forwarded are not valid to guarantee extension of time? Where is that letter? Your response to this one? Because you are saying you have replaced with this because you informed the contractor that the reasons that you forwarded are not valid for extension of time.
Council Secretary.
Thank you, Chair. Allow me to invite my predecessor to also highlight a bit on the same. Thank you.
Former Council Secretary for Zimba.
Yeah, yes, Chair. I think responding to the question, that letter was not communicated as in writing, but I think verbally it was communicated. We should have written it. We should have actually communicated in writing. So it has not been brought before this House as evidence, Chair.
All right, Dr. Mwanza. Let me allow Honorable Nyambose to make a follow-up. Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Chair, and Zimba Council. Good to see you. My name is Mishek Mtetwa Nyambose. I'm the Member of Parliament for the wonderful people of Chasefu, and I'm privileged to chair this committee of yours. Chair, is a short follow-up on the same. That letter that was originally given to us in the document brings out very important things. If the contractor was affected by the people interfering, that is the real situation on the ground. The committee, Council Secretary, your committee would want to see projects being completed on time, handed over. But if there are issues that affect the contractors or affect the council, is a source of concern. Now, you are withdrawing it. for the purpose of answering just to this committee, but is it the situation prevailing on the ground? If contractors are facing challenges on site, what have you as a council done to deal with those interferences on the contractors, and what are they? Because if contractors feel that there are people coming to site, are they coming to admire, or they are coming to interfere in terms of stopping or frustrating the works, such that it is affecting the quick delivery of the project? So it is a concern for your committee, because if the projects take long to be delivered, the people, Chair, who are promised, who are given these projects, are affected. So we just wanted to say, you may replace the letter to answer to this committee, well and good, but you are not changing what is on the ground. So what is it that these contractors, maybe you may have terminated, another person will come, the same things. What are those issues, and what have you done in order to ensure that this project is completed on time and handed over on time? If it was, well and good, but you must take interest, Chair, to deal with those issues that affect or disturb the contractors in terms of quick delivery of the projects. I thought I should make a comment and a question.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, for that comment. Definitely, like the chairperson is putting it, the number one thing under CDF, the core business is to have service delivery on time, projects delivered on time, and everybody, from your submission, everybody got interested to know who should be delaying. What kind of interferences are those that could be delaying the projects? But like the chair has put it, if you have completed it, we have taken note of the first letter. We really want, because we don't want officers to feel they are intimidated, to feel their interference that will cause, because when you don't deliver the project on time, there are a lot of people that are affected. It affects you as a local authority, that you are not working within the period. It affects the end users. It affects the member of parliament, whose interest is to see to it that projects are done within the contractual period and are handed over to the end users. Dr. Monza.
Yes, Chair, thank you. Even the second letter, you are saying that the contractor is asking for extension of time due to water challenges, and also some materials could not be accessed locally. According to conditions of the contract, civil contracts, only reasons that deal with interference in the works through natural calamities, also, for example, heavy rainfall, force majeure, are reasons that you can extend the contract. Now, looking at your collusion with the contractor, Chair just put it right that the first letter is valid. The first letter, the contractor did not even put any reason why he needed extension of time. You went, met him somewhere to say, no, we can give you extension. How should you do it? You write a letter like this, and you come today to present this new letter, which still, the reasons are not valid. But look at the end results. The end result is that you granted the extension, and the contractor abandoned the site. Later, you terminated the contract. Terminated the contract on 25th July. 25th July, it took council 7 months to acquire another contractor, of course due to procurement procedures. 7 months, which you signed the contract on the 5th February 2025, this year, a 2023 project. And even as we are speaking, the project is still ongoing, denying the people of Nakoa health services because of decisions that you made on the first contractor. Had you continued with the first contractor, this health post would have been now open. And I can see from the works, just on face value, just on the pictures, the works looks acceptable. So what? I mean, it looks like it's acceptable. What prompted you to terminate the contract without negotiating and supervising and encouraging the contractor? Because his works, just by the pictures, they look acceptable. The second one is when you presented the matter to the CDFC after you terminated the contract, the engineer on Appendix A7, page 6, concerning the same project, when you reported that you terminated the contract and now you retendered, on Appendix A, in A7, page 6, the title is Retendering of NACOA Maternity Annex. So, the advice from WEX was currently NACOA Maternity...
A7, there are minutes on the appendix.
A7, but down, I mean, there's the page number, page 6.
Or page 6? Yes?
Appendix, yes. On the appendix. Appendix A.
Appendix A.
Appendix A.
Page 6.
Page 6.
Oh.
The A7 is written pen by, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
A7 on page 6. So the... Oh, there. So currently, NACOA Maternity Annex requires a total of 1 million. This was the Director Engineering report. It requires a total of 1,067,705 and 80 kwacha to be completed. When the initial contract price that you signed with the Malsom contractors was 950,475. So at termination, the directors came up with a report to say to complete this building, you'd need 1,067,705. That is to say twice the initial contract sum. Because the initial contract sum, we can say it was 1 million, close to 1 million. So it means that the rate, the contractor's unit rate, needed to be multiplied by 2 in order to arrive at this 1 million. But I see that in view of this, the Director Engineering sued the committee's decision to allow the project to be retendered with the available resources. And the contract was signed with GERIM at 497,000 using the available resources. My question is, was there, with the contract that GERIM signed, is there any compromise in the scope of works? Because the works department presented that they need 1 million to complete the works, and yet the works were tendered at half what the engineers proposed. So were there any changes in terms of the scope of work or quality? How is GERIM going to manage to 459,000 when the engineer's estimate was 1 million kwacha, and this project is still ongoing?
Council Secretary.
Thank you so very much, sir. Yes, there was that variation in the figure, having taken into account the price increments in the market, and so that is how that amount came about, and also a few things that were at that particular time included in the BOQ. And
Council Secretary, what the Member of Parliament is asking is that this is retendering of this project to the maternity annex. And at that time, we needed a report from the Director Engineering. Director Engineering came up with a figure that was 1 million plus. When the contractor came, you gave it out to the contractor half of that amount. So the honorable member is saying, how is this person going to manage to complete the clinic now? Like the reasons you are putting now, that things are expensive and the other things. So why did you, after even the advice from the engineer himself or herself, now he decided to give the contract at half the amount? How is he going to manage to finish the project?
Thank you, Chair. Before I invite the procurement officer, I would like to say that due to the availability of finances at that particular time, it was decided that the project be done in phases. And so the new contractor had to go with that amount. And then in the next phase, which is current, we hope that the completion will be done, the completion of the project in the next phase. So it was phased out. That one was the first phase. So in short, Chair, it was put in phases. Okay, maybe allow me to invite a procurement officer to elaborate.
Before procurement officer comes in, we want to say, phasing out projects like this one, I think it's not the best. I'm just thinking aloud. Maybe you can switch off your. It's not the best in that it will be more expensive by the time we are completing it. That is number one reason. The second reason is that the maternity annex always should be completed within, so that the end users, I believe, where we have this maternity annex at Nakoa, our women are traveling long distances, or they're covering long distances. So we needed it. So that one I'm just thinking, because you are the technocrat, you're supposed to advise the CDFC that this project is one of those projects that we will not be phasing 2-3 years. Honorable Nyambose. Procurement officer, what was your advice? Yeah, there is a. Can sit near the MP from Mfumbwe. Just switch on your mic. Yes, procurement officer.
Thank you, Chair. So the reason for phasing out the weeks for the completion of Nakoa Clinic was after contract termination, the BOQ was reviewed and it was found that there were no plumbing works included in that BOQ. So the director came up with estimates that estimates and materials that will be needed to complete the project. So the 1,067,000 was inclusive of the plumbing works and everything that was needed to complete the project. So the 456 was only able to cover to where the project is now. So there's another 600 which director reported to the CDFC to ask for more funds in order to complete the whole project. So as it is now, the second contractor who was contracted has finished the works. Not finished up to a certain level, engineer would be able to explain properly where the level is. So the contractor has finished with that 400 up to a certain level. So we need to engage the same contractor again to finish with the 600 were given by CDFC to make a 1,067,000.
Switch off your mic. You seem to be complicating a very simple project. Because when you produce a BOQ, why do you leave out the plumbing issues on a project? Anyway, I thought I should just... Honorable Nyambose.
Chair, I'll start from the submission of the procurement officer, and I want to lead her to page 6 of the report.
Page 6 of the report. Witness.
I just need the guidance on the 950,475. I wanted to read the scope of work. The scope of works that were approved. Procurement officer, can you read for us where the sentence starting with the scope of works included? You read the whole scope, the whole paragraph.
Procurement, that's paragraph 2 there.
Sorry to ask her because we want her to be moving with us.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. The scope of works included substructure, concrete work, masonry works, roofing and steel roofing, structure, carpentry and joinery, ironmongery, metal work, electrical installation works, floor, wall and ceiling finishes, painting and decoration, external works and provision sums, equipment excluding furniture, sanitary fitting, internal and external plumbing, 2.5 kV on-off grid solar units, 430 watts solar panels, 225.
Just up to there, thank you very much. Can switch off the mic.
So, Chair, why I asked her to read, I wanted her to reconcile with the statement that she just gave, that why they had to do another BOQ or the engineer's estimate because plumbing was not included in the scope of work. So I wanted you to find out on our behalf whether she's misleading this committee or she's telling the truth. Because I just heard her to say that the justification was that plumbing was not included. But when I see there are sanitary fittings and what, I thought that is plumbing. Unless I'm guided, I'm not an engineer, I would seek guidance. I thought that plumbing was included in the initial scope of work.
Director Engineering, what's your comment on that?
Thank you, Chair. I think when we look at that sentence where it says provisional sums, equipment excluding furniture, sanitary fitting, internal and external plumbing. So it's excluding. I submit, Chair.
Thank you. Okay, Honorable Nyambose.
Then I can pick my substantive question. My question is picking it from Dr. Mwanza and also what the chair of the session indicated. The idea, a maternity annex, the essence of it is to provide the healthcare services closer to the people. Now, the idea of the council phasing a 2023 project couldn't be completed. Then you give some part payment, then another part payment yet to come. By the time you finalize, don't you think, Director Engineering, this whole project will cost more than 2 million? Chair, we are members of Parliament. We were just handing over a project for 2023 costing about 1.6 million. It's complete with everything. Now, phasing out, don't you think you technocrats are failing to advise the CDF committee by insisting that this project should be financed in one lump sum? Chair, why have asked like that? You see, they know for sure, they indicated in their statement, the CS indicated that they change in the cost of materials. What was the role of the engineers to the CDF committee in advising Because if you look at 1 million, which 950 plus 1 million, and it's already 2 million. By the time you finish this project, it will be 2.5 million. Overpricing of the project's chairperson, the president has said that deliver a project at the right price, quality, and within the shortest period of time. 3 principles. Are we adhering to these directives of the president insofar as the implementation of this NACOA project is concerned? Those are my 2 questions.
Thank you. Council Secretary.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. We would like to acknowledge the valid observation of the Honorable Member of Parliament, but I would like to state that the project at hand, or the project in question, is actually almost coming to a completion. And we would like to assure the August House that we are on top of things. Yes, that happened, but now we have devised an approach so that the project is completed within the shortest period of time. We acknowledge your valid observation, Honorable. Thank you.
Dr. Manza?
Last one on this one. You are saying the project is almost up to completion, and you are the same person who said that you used the available funds to retender this project and without changing the scope of work, but you have just done it a phased approach. So what level of completion are you talking about in the next few months as to the building to be ready to function, to give a service to the community? Also, where is the evidence to show that this particular tender you are going to construct on a phased approach? Because the contract that is signed with Gerin is talking about, it is actually on B1, Appendix B1, and it is not, no, it's not on B1, it is on, it's on A8. A8, the employer desires that the works known as completion of a maternity annex at NACOA. So anyone who can read this understands that this contract committed at 459,000 kwacha for 3 months. After the end of 3 months, this contractor will complete the maternity annex. Where is the evidence to show that the people of Mapatija NACOA area are still expecting another phase, delayed services, delayed services for more than maybe 2 to 3 more months later? And even the engineers, when you presented the matter to the CDFC, you indicated that you are going to, on page A7, a current NACOA maternity annex requires a total of 1 million. And in view of this, the director engineering sued the committee's decision to allow the project to be retendered with available resources. Is there any indication here to show that we are supposed to still look for balance?
Yeah.
To complete the project.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mwanza. Council Secretary, do you have pictures of the latest completion level where you are? If you don't have, you know, we are going around on this matter, and I want to say that you, from your submission, Council Secretary, you indicated that you are almost complete. And we don't believe we want to put aside what you have submitted, that you are phasing it out, but we want to get what you are saying, because the Member of Parliament is here, that now we are in the last phase. We want to be in the last phase because we want the end users to be able to use this maternity annex. We do not expect, Honorable Madam Munashawant, we do not expect another phase on this. As you sit in CDF, you should not see an item that will request for more money on this. You should be ready to hand over, Madam Honorable Munashawant, to hand over this project in the next maybe 60 days or so. Yes, so we leave that one.
Thank you. Another question, Chair. I wanted to talk about loans on page 18.
Page 18 on loans.
Yes, Chair, on failure to recover loans. Although I came a bit late, but I heard the Council Secretary indicating the challenges that they are facing. Chair, this is one area where the councils have failed to first appreciate their role. From the statement that came, and from the statement that is coming, the statements that are coming from government, I wanted to find out from the Council Secretary how much, what efforts, practical efforts you can demonstrate that you have undertaken to ensure that people who obtain loans are able to pay back. From this side, Chair, we take that when the Minister of Local Government or the President says people should pay, it is you people who are supposed to take it up. Are you the one, Council Secretary and your team, that the people of Zimbabwe or the people of Zambia expect that you are going to make sure that these monies that are gotten are paid back? When you look at 700, since 2023, only 700 kwacha has been realized. You see other councils performing very well. What are the challenges that you are facing? Why are you failing to adhere to the policy directive from the minister who says whatever means people should pay, so that you take this as a revolving fund and give the money recovered to other people in Mapatizia? What practical actions have you taken that you can demonstrate to this committee insofar as recovery of loans than the 700 from 2023? Thank you, Chair.
Council Secretary.
Chair, allow me just to emphasize.
Yes, as I want, it's on the same as well. Yes, please. As we come to a close.
Chair, thank you so very much. I think the question coming from Honorable Nyambose is quite important in that I know Mapatizia and Dundumwezi Kalomo, we are the same people. But Chair, I want to bring it to the attention of Zimba that why this question is very important right now is that I know a number of people who got CDF loans, Chair, because we have not pushed them to pay. They went ahead and also got SAF loans. The very people. And if this is left like that, Chair, it means we have a situation of Lima Bank, where farmers were given a bank where they could go and borrow money, and they ended up collapsing that bank. Now, this CDF issue, I think Honorable Nyambose has put it, why it is very critical that people should pay this money. This issue of loans, Chairman, continues. And all what I see is that we'll be seeing, because like what is happening in Dundumwezi, Chairman, I really want to emphasize, I've seen a situation which I'm trying to investigate where Sinazongwe borrows CDF in 2022. 2023, the same man puts his son or his wife. 2023, he puts another third wife. and it has become something that is ongoing. And we need to reach a point where people are told clearly that once you borrow money, you are supposed to pay back. So I want, and I'm speaking this, Chair, to all the local authorities in this country, that this money should be collected and be given to those, of course not the same people, because what I'm emphasizing on is a man gets a loan today, next year he sends his son, the other year he puts his first wife, the other year he puts his second wife, and it is going on like that, unabated too. So this is why I'm trying to emphasize on this one, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that comment. Honorable Kamungo.
Thank you, Chair. I would have loved actually the CS maybe to attend to those two important questions, then maybe I can make a follow-up.
No, I'm constrained with time.
Okay.
So
if you are constrained with time, then I can go ahead and ask. Chair, when I was trying to go through this issue of loans and the amount of money that they've recovered, in terms of percentage,
yes,
they've only managed to recover about 11.7%, which is actually very low.
Yeah.
And also, they've given us actually evidence to the fact that they've written to the defaulters. And one of the letters maybe I wanted to read so that
yeah,
yes, to see how serious it's Appendix M, I think, if I'm not mistaken. M.
Appendix
what?
M.
Oh, yes, Appendix M. And this is the M2, like, yeah. On M2, they've written to some, out of so many defaulters, they've only written 2 letters. And the first one is to Jatisha, Jatisha, Youth Club of Mangonda Ward. Then there is another one, which is Arnold Munyinda General Dealers.
What is the date of Jatisha?
Jatisha is 21st March 2025. That is when they started actually writing these letters to the defaulters. Now, there are 2 questions actually which beg answers. One, we have got so many defaulters. Why is it that we have just written to 2 defaulters? And also, when you read actually this letter, which was written on the 21st March, it states that, I'll just read the second part, the second paragraph. In view of the above, if the stated amount is not settled within 2 weeks, then action for recovery will be initiated, as this is a breach of agreement. This may result in the loss of assets being blacklisted. So these people were given 2 weeks from 21st March. I wanted to find out, after having given them actually this warning, how did the people react? Did they start paying, or have they not even paid? Because we are now in the month of June, and today I think the 2 weeks that they're talking about has already finished. Now the other one is, which I want to repeat. You have written only 2. How about the others?
Okay. Council Secretary, I hope you have taken note of all these. You can ask your officers to help you, but we want to hear the emphasis that came from our chairperson, that what are the practical steps that you have taken, and those that seemingly are yielding results, as Honorable Kamondo has concluded.
Thank you, Chair. Before I invite Director of Finance, I just wish to say that, yes, the letters have been saved to all the defaulters. And not only that, we've taken a further step by engaging them one by one through phone and others through personal engagement. So far, it has yielded that result, because they are able now to come through, and we have put up actually a timeline for each and every defaulter as to when they will have their the outstanding amounts dismantled. Allow me, Chair, to invite Director of Finance to probably shed more light on the same. Thank you.
Director of Finance.
Thank you very much, Chair. So in terms of movements, after the interventions that the Council Secretary has actually talked about, at the time of the audit, the amount that was recovered was 351,330. I can refer you, Chair, to Appendix M. Yeah, that is Appendix M3, where you'll be able to see that after those interventions, from 351, we have now, Chair, recovered 772,000. So, although in terms of the amount paid, it looks minimal, but in terms of percentage share, at least there's a positive movement.
So you have given us two numbers, two figures, two figures here. 300. You are saying 300 after the intervention, and again 772 after the intervention. Is that correct?
What I'm saying, Chair, is
yes.
At the time of audit,
yes,
the amount that was recovered was 351.
51. Okay.
But the current amount, at the time this report was being submitted, Chair, the current amount that has been recovered, Chair, is amounting to 772,000, Chair.
Yes, okay. Let's switch off for a bit. Yes.
Chair, sorry. 2023 we are looking at, you only recovered 300. In 2024 you gave out also loans. Correct?
Yes, Chair. Correct.
2025 you have also given out. So I wanted to give you a picture that what you are saying that you are doing very well, it's not. It was even honorable, demonstrated by Honorable for Kamondo. You are not doing very well. So your justification does not hold. So your answer, you want to show this committee that what you have collected is on account of 2023 disbursement. No. The people who are repaying, even those who got 2024, they are repaying. So if you add 2023 and 2024, what you gave out, there's nothing that is happening. So heed this. What is very critical, Chair, please take note. How I wish that in it, next time you appear, any council which has a problem in recovery, then sanctions should apply. People should pay back loans. The President was addressing Parliament during SONA. He indicated that. The minister has come to say that. But you people, you are sitting in offices. You are not doing what you are supposed to do. Can you go and collect so that you give other people? Chair, 2 letters written by Honorable Kamondo. We wanted to know.
Thank you very much. Director Finance, why do you only have 2 letters? Or do you have more letters? And before maybe you respond, I want to echo on what CS said. So, no, we did some engagements. Others, you call them on phones and all those things. I think the effective way of engagement is is what the government has done. The government has given you the vehicle, has given you the fuel. You go word by word and meet these people effectively and see their commitment. Because if you call somebody, even here in this room, somebody is called on phone, there are people that will say, I'm on a bus, I'm going to Kamwara. So even when they promise you on a phone, they will not, it's not effective. So I want you to make use of the monitoring vehicle, because that vehicle is written actually. It's a monitoring vehicle. So these are things that you're supposed to be monitoring for effectiveness. We want you to take note of the submission from the members, from the honorable members, the council that is coming from the members, is that we want you to be very effective in terms of project management. This is one area that Council Secretary, your local authority is not doing very fine. And we want you to go back. And like I've indicated, we have the vehicle, we have everything. Direct engineering, we have no reason as to why you will not be able to effectively monitor these projects. And we want you to continue even on the loans, like we have put it. The loans, we are supposed to be on top of things. Because this fund, by the way, is not coming next year, like the minister indicated. It's not coming, the loan component will not come. So each local authority will depend on the fund, the repayments, the revolving fund, the funds that will be coming from the beneficiaries. That's what you depend upon if you are to give out loans next year. We want to urge you, Council Secretary, and your team to go and put your house in order and be able to deliver to the expectations of our people in Zimba. The people there are expecting you to do more than what you have submitted. So next time we are appearing before this committee, we want you to be among the best performing councils, amongst the 5 so far we have around the country. Thank you very much for making this appearance, and we can only wish you well as you go back to Zimba. At this time, allow me to withdraw the immunity that was conferred on you at the beginning of our interaction. Thank you very much, and you may take leave.
Thank you so much, Chair.
It's a lovely afternoon. There you have it. That's Zimba Town Council making an appearance before the Committee on Local Government Accounts as the committee considers the report of the Auditor General on the Constituency Development Fund for the financial year ended 31st December 2023. And Zimba Town Council was led by the Council Secretary, that's Mr. Collins Simonga. Still to come is Mufumbe Town Council. They will be making an appearance any time from now. So I'd urge you to stay tuned right here as we wait for Mufumbe Town Council to appear before the Committee on Local Government Accounts. Good morning.